My name is Lavender. I'm a student from the state of São Paulo, Brazil, and I'm currently in 10th grade. I'm 15 years old, and I go by he, they pronouns. I'm not a particularly picky eater, but I can't handle spicy food. I'm very creative and intelligent, but also quite introverted. I'm not the biggest fan of parties or going out in general, and my biggest hobby is drawing, and I do especially well. But I also like reading, especially fantasy, sci-fi, and horror. Uh, Playing video games and tabletop RPGs, watching documentaries, and collecting shiny rocks and crystals. I'm really interested in mythology. I'm particularly interested in Greek mythology. My favorite animal is either the axolotl or the crow. My favorite flower is the hyacinth, and I don't watch TV much. I was an active member of a local scouting group, but the pandemic really affected my schedule, so I had to leave. I'm a fast learner, and I do very well at school, but I have difficulty focusing on work for long periods of time. My favorite classes are biology and math, but I don't enjoy PE nearly as much. I usually study by writing a summary of the subject and then explaining it to someone. Usually my parents, sometimes my friends. So I can truly understand what was taught in class. I personally have difficulties with online school, but I've gotten quite used to it. I am fluent in Portuguese, have very good English, and know some basic Spanish. I'm working on also attending university in the US. I live in a city called Campinas in the state of São Paulo. It's close to the city of São Paulo, one of the biggest cities in the country, and my city has a population of around 1.2 million. In one of its parks, there is a reconstruction of a caravel, one of the boats the Portuguese used to get to the Americas. It's also home to both Viracopos International Airport, the nominated the best airport in Brazil, and Unicamp, a research center, one of the best universities in the country. I reside in a fairly large house in a quiet area of the town with my parents, my sister, and my two cats, Nina and Novi. My two brothers also visit quite often. My dad is a businessman and is constantly working, and is also the reason my family is moving to the US. And my mom was an exceptional elementary school arts teacher, but retired last year, right before the pandemic. My grandparents live in a small rural town called Paraisópolis. It's on the south of the state of Minas Gerais, and has barely over 20,000 inhabitants. It was previously known as São José das Ventanias, aka Saint Joseph of the Winds, because it is very windy. There is a large population of street dogs there, which are cared for by the general population. I used to visit them every other week, but because of the pandemic, I visit them irregularly. I personally prefer the bigger city, but small town has its charms. I'm looking forward to start the semester with you. See you soon!